What's happening, everybody? We are back. Time for another episode of Selling Past Your Expiration Date, being thrifty over 50. I'm your one host, Jay.
I'm Peg. Hi, everybody. Long time no see again.
What is going on? Oh, it's been a while.
I know. Busy. Well, your crazy schedule. Mom's traveling schedule.
I know. We're too busy.
I know. Mom had, another cruise in February with the girls, which was a lot of fun. Had a good time with my sisters. Giggled and laughed our brains out. And just catching up. I've been listing like crazy. I'm one listing away from 800, Jace. One. Woo! I'm at 799, and I will probably get to them after we get done today. So I'm excited about that.
I got to see how many I got now because I haven't checked in a while.
Okay. How was your St. Patty's? Do you do anything special?
Went thrifting with one of the surfers, Pam Hutchinson, who's probably watching right now. Hi, Pam.
Hey, Pam, it's there. Hi.
And did the homework for the Secret Beach yesterday, and
good show.
Just worked last night, so we caught up on TV and worked last night.
Yeah, we took my granddaughters and my daughter out for a pancake breakfast yesterday morning, and then bummed with them at the bookstore and some things, and then Dad and I went to Slyman's. Slyman's, for those of you who don't know, in Ohio, is the only place in the world to get a corned beef sandwich. How thick, honey? Oh,
it's insane.
It's insane. You can't eat the whole sandwich. Regan and I always split one. So we did that. And we happened to go over to Beechwood Mall, which was one of our nicer malls here. I went to Pottery Barn to look up the Lily stuff to see what they had, what the prices were and everything. They didn't have much left. Most of the sheets were gone. They had one king size spread left, but to start with, it was 3 1/4. And I wasn't ready to put out 3 1/4 for something I might never, sell. They were asking $6 and $6.50 online for them. I did check that out. But after we left the mall later that evening on the news, there was a shooting at the mall right where we were.
Oh, jeez.
I know. Dad, I said, oh my God. I mean, it was like an hour difference from when it happened, from when Dad and I were there. And I said, oh, geez, oh man. So that was my excitement for St. Patty's Day.
I was saying that's some excitement. Yeah, we bought some pillowcases, so just in case they weren't all that expensive. Yeah. So we could flip them. Cool. If not, then we'll just use them.
Yeah. Well, I know. I mean, I could have used the king size bedspread because it's gorgeous. But I've got my 2 beautiful Hawaiian ones on the bed. So, I said, I think I'll pass for that kind of money.
Was it Beechwood Mall?
Yes, it is Beechwood Mall. Yep. There was a shooting there last night. I guess they caught the guys. So,
someone was pissed that the Lily comforter was $350.
Yeah, that's it. Here's the thing though. When we went into Pottery Barn, they had these signs over set up on their sales, all betting 30% off. Nowhere on that sign did it say excluding Lily Pulitzer. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe that's a good one. But I asked just to make sure. And they said, no, Lily's excluded. I said, well, I could have brought the sign and said, well, this sign doesn't say so.
Nice try, Ma.
I know. But I did try that. And let's see, we're still trying to get unburied from 22 inches of snow that we had a couple of weeks ago. My deck is still buried in snow. It came so deep and so heavy on our deck this time, just the way it blew in. And I undecorated St. Patty's yesterday and decorated Easter today. So now I'm ready for Easter.
All right, turn your camera. Let's see what you got going on.
Oh, well, yeah, you can't now. It's more on the deck. I don't think you can get a good shot.
Nah, I can see a little snow in the right window, but
yeah, I should have taken a picture outside on the deck because it is pathetic. I mean, just awful, you guys. Yeah. I mean, we're 49 degrees today, so hopefully we're going to get rid of a little more. But there's snow in the forecast for the end of next week.
There we go.
So
there's my winter.
Yeah, yeah, it's been a bad March for Ohio, I'll tell you, real bad. I know. Oh, dear. Oh, and in between all that, in between everything else, I went camping with the girls. That was during the snow blizzard, but we had a good time. I had to sleep on the top bunk.
Oh my God!
They put me and Betty, my girlfriend, who's 80, and I'm 75, and us 2 old ladies getting up there on top of the bunk. But apparently we're the most agile because we jazzercise. So,
There you go.
Yeah. So I hope everybody out there had a good St. Patty's Day night. Fun that landed on a Saturday this year. So, get party hardy.
Yeah. Or you just sit on your ass and work on catching up on messages from 3 weeks.
Yeah, we watched the Cavs win, but we saw Ohio State lose. So, bum. bummer. But, you know, what are you going to do? What you going to do?
All right. Well, what is our topic today?
Well, let's talk about starting up a meetup group. You know, if somebody would have told me, Mom, let's add one more thing to my plate, I would say, you're full of, you know what? But about 2 years ago, Mom not decided, but I started thinking about it. And I said, you know, there's a lot of us starting to, you know, come around in Ohio that I'm meeting and learning to know them and so forth and so on. And, you know, I said, well, okay, maybe I'm not quite ready for it yet. So another year went by, and I talked with Stephanie Ng last year, about a little over a year ago, because I know she has a great meetup group. And then finally, I mean, after just running into so many wonderful people here in Ohio that are nearby, I said, okay, it's time to do this. So how do I do this? You know, I mean, how do you start? I mean, I didn't have a clue, really. I really didn't. But the nice thing, Jace, was that you know, let Mom advertise it on the thrifting board. So that was a huge plus. So I have to thank you for that, because that lets everybody know that's, you know, around our area that we are starting, you know, the meetup group. So that really, really helps. The other thing we have done is we have joined the National Ohio Meetup group, where, you know, you have to pay to join it. And I'll talk about that a little bit more. But that also gives you exposure, you know, as well. So I thought, okay, let's add this to Mom's crazy schedule. Most of you all know Mom's schedule between the kids and thrifting and listing and camping and traveling, the whole nine.
Hanging out with the girlfriends and digging out the snow, and, you know.
Yeah, you know. I said, okay, I'm going to add one more thing to my schedule, but I really love it. I really love it. So, you know. So basically what I had to do, first of all, was decide on a location. And, you know, it has to be somewhere. I'm trying to make it as central as possible, because of, you know, people traveling from, like, you know, Southern Ohio and Western and Eastern and maybe out of state. So, you know, I started thinking, and we had gotten to know these people that we like real well at the New Tiki Bar, and they have this room that is perfect. And so I approached them and, you know, said, you know, would you mind if we held our monthly meetings here? And they were thrilled to death, of course, because, you know, bringing in business for them, and just a great place to have it. I mean, we all have our cocktails when we get there, and lunch and so forth. So the location was pretty central, because we were able to pull up people from Southern Ohio in the Columbus area and Western and Eastern. So, you know, so that really worked well. Then deciding the day, I really kind of went over the day a lot, you guys, because I was trying to, you know, appeal to the masses. And with doing that, I came up with the Saturday, because I felt if we have any working people, and if they have to travel 2 hours, maybe 3, you know, to get to our meeting, I thought at least Saturday would give them time, you know, to do that. And so we decided on Saturday at noon, you know, with that. And that has worked really well. However, we're probably going to have to make a change come summertime, because a lot of our thrifting members also set up at flea markets, you know, through the summer.
Yeah, Saturday's a good sourcing day.
Yeah, so, you know, and plus a good sourcing days is right. So we're probably going to have to adjust that come summertime, you know, which we will. So that was kind of how it all happened. You know, you getting the word out for Mom, you know, and the next thing we know, we had people. You know, it was crazy. I know. So our first meeting was September. We started last September, and I think that day we had 25 to 30 people roll in. Jason, do you have that pictures of the first meeting, honey?
Oh, were they in an order?
Well, I labeled what they were. And,
well, hold on a minute.
I did label them. Yeah, no, that's how.
Yeah. Hold on, hold, please.
Okay, that's okay. We'll let him do that while I'll still talk more about the first meeting. What you're going to want to do when you have your first meeting, and I do it at every meeting, no matter how well we know each other, name tags for sure. So, you know, definitely do that. Always have your name tags available for everyone. Yeah, there's our crew. As you can see, the weather was nice, and we came outside afterwards to get a picture. And yeah, I think what we had around 22 or 24 that first time. Some of the people did not get in the picture, but you know, so we had a good turnout right off of the bat. So name tags for sure. Yep, there's some more of us. And as you can see, it's
Oops. I didn't realize I wasn't showing the pictures. Hold on. Hold, please. Are we open? I was showing the picture for like me.
Oh, just
let's show it to everybody. I'm a ding-a-ling. Sorry about that.
He's a beginner, everybody.
I know. It's new to me. Whoops. My bad. My bad. All right. So here's the little outside picture. And then there's the inside, the back room.
And which is nice. I mean, they have a great setup in their room because of Big Daddy and I. And with our cocktails, I mean, we love having our cocktails prior to the meeting. So, you know, so it's a nice setup. I mean, just because of the way the tables and chairs are with everybody, and there's Julie and Chris, and who else could I see in there?
Annette.
So we have a wonderful group. I mean, just a wonderful group. So as I said, name tags a must. Okay. Now, when we opened the meeting up for the very first time, we went around and introduced ourselves, what we sold, how long we've sold, you know, just giving our background of you know, what we've been doing since we've been on eBay, how long we've been on eBay. And that was really good to know. So what Mom did, as that started to circulate around the room, I kind of took some notes on who was really well-versed in certain topics, you know, so they could be speakers for our group. So definitely pay attention to that, because if someone really specializes in a certain field, you know, that's great to have them, you know, be available to cover that topic for you. So, and then after we went around and did all that, since this was our first meeting, we opened up, you know, what would they like to hear us do, you know, talk about, you know, what are they looking for? Are they looking for more fun stuff, more business oriented, combination of both? You know, so we opened it up to everybody, and we got a lot of great ideas, you know, on topics. Let's see. Oh, and as people came in, we did have people come in from out of state. So I'm kind of glad that I picked a Saturday to start, because we had some people drive in from Pennsylvania, and you know, we got other people that are interested that are coming, that want to come in from Canada. So, you know,
oh, Canada.
I hope Craig Dawson is watching today. Craig said he just started his first meetup, and they had their first meeting. I don't know if it was yesterday. I think maybe yesterday, or at least in the last few days. So Craig, if you're in the chat, give me a high sign. I want to see how that went for you. Let's see where we're from. Score. Oh, okay. Then let me look at all my notes here. Oh, yeah. Getting back to joining the national meetup group, that does cost to join, and for 6 months it cost us $59.94. Of which Mom put that out of her pocket, but thanks to Joy Burke Schaefer, she made us this great little donation jug. Okay, so every month when we have our meetings now, we have, there we go. We have our little jug that Joy put together for us, and so everybody, you know, it just tosses in what they can afford, and you know, that help, you know, pay the cost on the national meetup. Plus, hopefully, if we have some other speakers come in this summer that we might want to, you know, have to pay them or give them a little something for coming in, you know, we'll have some extra money that way. So we found that would be very helpful.
Wait a minute. I didn't get paid. What in the heck? Matter of fact, I paid for everything. What kind of role reversal was that?
You even paid for your father's party.
I know. What kind of, wait a minute. What kind of, that's it. I ain't never coming back until I come back.
Yeah. When are you coming back? In a couple months?
Yeah, I'll be back sometime this year, do classes.
I know, we will. So let's see. And frequency of meetings, we decided once a month, you know, that would be good. If we haven't changed that yet, but so far, you know, we find that you know, is going to be working real well for us. So then we decided, okay, what are we going to do every month at these meetings? Well, one of the things that we had to steal from you, from our show, it was scores and duds. Everybody to bring in their scores and their duds. And we go around the room, and each person, you know, tells, you know, how they did, what they did. And I can't tell you the things that we have picked up just from that segment alone has been phenomenal. I mean, you know, oh my God, I never would have given that a second thought, you know, that kind of thing. So that's been really a good one for all of us. Let's see here.
So you didn't pay me and you stole my segments. Jeez, this is getting better.
Isn't this good? It's really nice when you have a connection, you know?
That's it. I'm out of here.
I know. Okay. So, but then we came, I forget who came up with this idea. Oh, it was somebody in the group, and I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was. If you're watching, and let me know if this is you. We wanted to try something. Maybe it was Joy. We wanted to try something about selling our duds. what we did is everybody was to bring in a dud in a bag, and we exchanged it. You couldn't tell. So like I pulled the bag and I had to sell somebody's dud to see if I could sell it. Okay. So we kind of did like a steal a gift type thing. And so far, I don't know if all 20 of us did the steal a thing on selling the dud, but so far a couple of people have sold the duds. I have not sold mine. I have a real toughie. Chris Brown, I love you, but I have to sell a car handle.
Chris, come on now. That's my mom. Yeah, you gave her the biggest dud.
Well, I mean, he didn't. I just picked it. You're picking in the blind.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
So you don't know what you're going to get, but I mean, I've got it listed, and I've had some views, but so far I have not sold the car handle. Now, the other topic that we just did for the first time at the last meeting is called "What the hell is this?" You buy something and you don't have a clue what it is. So last month's meeting, we had everybody, not everybody, but whoever had some things that they wanted to bring those in and show it to the group to see if we could help them out on, what they found. The one thing we did get it. It was held soft-boiled eggs, 2 little spoons, and it had the section where you put the eggs in. And so we got that one, but the other thing we couldn't figure out. So I don't know if she's posted it in the thrifting board yet or not, but so that's a really good one. What the hell is this? Because there are a lot of things that we find that we just don't know, what they are. Another thing by having the group that we have done, we've only done it once so far, but I'm sure we will do it more down the road is if you need to do a group order on like shipping supplies. None of us, not many of us, had album LP mailers, Jace. So we went in together and did a group order and split that up, and it ended up being very reasonable. So because I don't think I'm going to be selling 100 LPs, so I found the best.
Come on now, you could.
Oh, I could, but we found a really good deal, and bought them, and then we split that up amongst those who wanted to do it, and so that saved everybody money, And Mom just brought them in, and we divvied them up when we could. So so that's that part of it. Is there any questions so far? Before I go on with more on our guest speakers. And
so David Ewing wants to know if everyone in the group is in the thrifting board. I would hope so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are because we talk about it every week to make sure that they are. And we talk about the secret beach because, if they want to go a little bit further and deeper into it, definitely, to look into the secret beach. But yes, I mean, we had quite a big turnout when Jason came last December as our guest speaker, and I'll talk more about guest speakers in a minute.
Debbie Porter wants to know, how do you get people talking? Do you do icebreakers?
The icebreaker was just introducing ourselves and talking about what we do. I mean, that alone starts the conversation right away, because everybody likes to talk about what they're selling and how they're doing. So that really was a real icebreaker. Make sure you have those name tags every month, because it's nice to have that. And even though you're starting to get familiar with the faces, there'll be a time when you don't remember. And then also, we've had new members come every meeting. We've had somebody new, from 1 to 3 people new. So we have them stand up and tell about themselves, and so everybody gets familiar with each other. They haven't heard our stories, but they have at least introduced themselves to us. And then we just, we get to know each other more every week, because prior to starting the meeting, we'll all order our cocktails and we order our lunch, and we gab amongst ourselves right then and there. There's been a couple of people that have joined that were very, very quiet when they first came, and they're starting to open up and talking more with us. So, I try and greet everybody as they come in, and, just make them feel at home as much as we can. So that's what we do there. Any more questions that you can see, Jace?
Yeah, Debbie also wants to know, do you have your own group page on Facebook or other site?
Yes, we do. GJ, I should have sent that to you. Yes, we have the Ohio
I'll bring it up right now.
The Ohio Area eBay Sellers Group, and that's really nice, everyone, because we get different topics thrown in there or things that we're doing. And Annette Rostetter was a guest on eBay Radio for us, talking about our meetup group. That was when I was gone on vacation, I think, on one of our cruises, and so we got nice exposure from eBay Radio, and they want us to come back on eventually, so that will be nice. So yes, Facebook group is a must. And my thanks to, there we go. My thanks to Annette for, pulling that together, because she does a wonderful job, and I appreciate the help. I mean, you got a lot. Don't don't feel that you have to run the whole thing. I don't really. I just kind of make an agenda of what I think we'll be covering for the day. You know, if anybody else has anything else to do it. I mean, I don't really do a whole lot, guys. I mean, I just kind of sit back and everybody runs the meeting, more or less. I mean, it's not something that I'm there, doing it all. Hey,
Chris said rum is flowing as the icebreaker.
Yeah, that is true. I don't think there's hardly anybody that doesn't order a cocktail. Maybe one or two, but pretty much everybody indulges. So that's always fun.
There, Steve just asked to join your group.
Good, welcome. And if there's anybody else listening today that are nearby, ask to join in, and we'd love to have you come to the meeting. Our next one is going to be April 14th. Is our next meeting.
Do you know when May is going to be?
No, we don't, because that's when we might have to start changing our days.
Okay. Oops.
And so we'll have to talk a little bit more about May, and just in case you're coming in or whatever we're doing. So, we kind of we might change to Wednesday nights. There's been a little bit talk about that, but I'm not, I'm not 100% sure about that. Yeah, there now. I'm going to start. Yeah, those other pictures I sent you, unless there's more questions. Is there more questions, honey?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So then, as like I said, as everybody started to talk about, what they sold and so forth, and I took all these notes, I started saying, well, we've got all this wonderful talent right in our own group. So let's have them, be a speaker. And as I asked each person to do it, I have had nobody, turn me down. So when we first started in September of last year, at the very, very last minute, it dawned on me, oh, it's almost Halloween. And I know Julie and Chris Brown real well. And I know they sell blow molds, and I asked them, I mean, I think I gave them like 2 or 3 days notice. I says, could you do a little talk about, blow molds and Halloween blow molds? And they brought in a ton of samples and talked all about the blow molds. And so that was really nice. So that got us started off. So that was in September. Then in October, we had Joy Berkshafer give us a talk all about shoes. And that was great. And then that was when Joy came up with the idea of our donation jug. And because it was October and we were starting to get into the Christmas holiday, I did a small seminar on buyers. Of course, Mom could talk forever on buyers, but that's what we need to do that for the Secret Beach, I think, JT.
All right.
We'll have to put something together for that, because that could make a good seminar for everybody. So that was October. And then in November, we had, again, 2 more people. Debbie Leach talked all about silverware. She was very knowledgeable in silverware, so that was great. And Ann Mills was very knowledgeable about sportswear, and we learned a lot about selling sportswear. She does really well with that. But then I got to thinking, well, why am I using up 2 people at each meeting? How about 1? So I can stretch it out, for guest speakers. So I changed gears just a little bit. And in December, I knew Jason was coming home for Big Daddy's 75th. And so we planned our meeting around Jason being home for free. And so that was great. What we did is when you have an outside speaker come in, we asked the group, what they wanted Jason to talk about, what topics. And we had some papers that we handed out to everybody, and they filled those out and gave us all the insight. Yep, there he is, at our meeting of what they wanted Jason to cover. So that was that was a plus. I mean, that was just great to have you there, and everybody get a chance to meet you if they hadn't met you before. And they really enjoyed it. They said, oh, Peg, that was so nice. So hopefully we'll have the big kahuna back again this year sometime. And then coming in January, we had a gal from our group. Her name is Charlotte Sorio. Oh, Charlotte, I'm probably butchering your last name. And she knows a lot about vintage clothing, kitschy stuff, mid-century modern items. And so she gave us a great talk about that. Then Julie Brown covered for us again in February, and Julie talked a lot about hats. She covered the topic on baseball caps and different hats, and she does quite a bit with all the different kinds of hats. You'd be surprised what you'll learn from just your own people. It's just wonderful. And then last month, we had, just a few weeks ago, we had Jeannie Traxler, and this was awesome. I think the pictures I gave you, Jeannie talked all about vintage Barbie dolls. She was outstanding. She had a nice presentation. We finally got the TV to work, Jason. Remember, we couldn't get it to work for you that time, honey? So we got the TV to work, and she was able to put her slides up. and show everybody, you know, a lot about vintage Barbie. I'll tell you, there are some good money if you can find those vintage Barbies from the 60s. I mean, we're talking thousands of dollars per doll. So be on the lookout for those, everybody. And then coming up in April at our April meeting, we're having Lily Giuseppe, who you had on as a guest, Jason, who knows everything about Disney. So yeah, so we're looking forward, you know, to her in April. And that's what we have so far. So what I'm saying is, in your own group, you are bound to have knowledgeable people who can help you out and talk about, you know, all these different topics that they're very intelligent about. So, you know, you don't feel that you have to go outside and always be looking for someone to, you know, come in. I've already got a few people lined up to come in this summer. In fact, Craig Dawson said he would like to come down from Toronto and join us. And then I don't have his name, Jason, but that one fellow that was a guest on your show that I want to have him come and be a speaker. And he's also from Canada. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. And he's going to be coming in and speaking to us. So so I've got a couple outside people, you know, lined up. And I know if Kim Gordon is in the house, that maybe she might be venturing this way this summer as well. So we're looking to have some outside guests. So that'll be fun. And let's see, I think that's most of my notes. Is there anything else you can think of, gang, out there that I haven't covered for you? Don't be afraid to do it. Like I say, I don't do that much. You know, I do make a little bit of an agenda just to make sure that we cover everything that, you know, we need to cover. But, you know, pretty much the meeting is run by our group. They're such wonderful people. We have this one gal called one of our newer people, Gail. Gail is our in-house baker. I mean, for Valentine's Day, she brought Valentine's cookies. For St. Patty's Day last meeting, she brought us cupcakes all decorated, made out of creme de menthe. They were delicious. And so you never know what you're going to find in your group. It's just wonderful. And I tell you, they're the dearest, most wonderful people. I'm just loving it and enjoying them all. And I think it's the best thing I've done. I mean, I love doing everything else I've done, but I'm glad I started it. I was leery because of my schedule. But, you know, it's wonderful. It's just great. And you learn so much. So if anybody's thinking of doing it, don't hesitate. It's not that difficult. You'll be surprised how much help you'll get, you know, from everyone in your group. I was impressed by the number of people that came right away, because there's so many of us around the Ohio area right now that, you know, didn't have anywhere to go. And I just thought this would be really, really fun. And I'm sure we'll be adding new topics, you know, Jay says, we go down the road, honey. I'm sure that, you know, that'll be coming along. So do you see any more questions that I can answer?
No. What is up with this crazy?
Let's see here. Let me take a quick peek.
Echo.
Let's see. Come give me the. Yeah, I'm just trying to see.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah.
No echo. So are you ever going to relax in retirement, Ma?
That's why I take so many vacations, because about that point, you know, I've said, okay, time to take a little breather. In fact, I wish I could get out of here again right now. The snow's been so awful. Terrible. But, you know, Mom has always been a workaholic. Seems like someone else in my family is a workaholic.
What?
Yeah, I kind of thrive on that, being busy. I'm not one to sit too much. I do like my TV. I mean, come later on in the evening, I sit there and everything I TiVo, I will watch. And so I watch TV for 3 or 4 hours and go to bed at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm up at 6. So I don't know. I know I'm crazy, everybody, but I guess that's just my makeup and the way I go, honey. I mean, you know, Mom.
When I tell everyone to, God dang, what is up with this weird echo? Hang on.
That's all right.
I tell everyone to keep their eye on the prize. You really do. Yeah. The prize is keep busy.
It is. I mean, you know, I've had so many people say, God, Peg, how do you do it? I said, well, I just do it. You know, that's just part of my makeup, and I enjoy what I'm doing. That's a plus, Jason. And like I said before, honey, you know, I'm finally doing something that I actually love doing, and that's a huge plus, you know, to be able to have that. It really is. That's for darn sure.
All right, so remind everyone again where it's located and at this moment when the meetings are.
Yeah, we do meet. Usually it's the second Saturday of every month, but like I say, it will change probably starting in May. But we meet at Tiki Underground, which is actually a Hudson, Ohio mailing address. But it's right off the freeway, very easy to get to. The next one will be on April 14th, and we start at noon with cocktails and lunch. You know, everybody pays for their own, and away we go.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm just trying to see if I missed anything here. Got that. Got that. Yeah. Yeah, I think I covered everything pretty much, unless anyone has any other questions that I can answer. If you're thinking of starting one, just message me, and I'll be glad to answer any other questions you may have when you go to do it. But like I say, if you're thinking of starting one, just ask Jason to post your meetup time and thing on the thrifting board, and that helps a lot, because maybe some people that you don't know are nearby, and that definitely gives you the exposure. So that's a nice plus.
All right, one bit of housekeeping.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in Dallas this weekend, and we have 3 classes. I have a Friday thrift class, I have a Saturday classroom class, and I have a Monday thrift class. So the Friday thrift class sold out like that. The Monday thrift class has a few slots left, and I think we're at 35 for the classroom class, and the classroom holds 40. So we have 5 slots left.
Nice.
Excuse me, for the classroom class. So, and you can take one or both. And if you take both, there is a discount for both classes. In the thrift store class is we spend about 3.5 hours going from section to section, looking for, obviously good things to buy. I teach an extensive part in the media section, teach you how to scan CDs, how to look up records, cassettes, 8-tracks, VHS, all that kind of good stuff. And more importantly, I teach you what to ignore, because a lot of things that look good aren't really good. And then the classroom class is something I tried out last year in Atlanta, and it went really, really well. It's about a 4.5 hour class. It is A to Z, soup to nuts. I start the class with a ton of bolos to give you, things you should be looking for. Bolos means be on the lookout. We talk about, I demonstrate how to write a good quality eBay listing and take quality photos. So tips and tricks for all of that. And of course, once you sell it, shipping is everyone's big pain point. So I bring every box. I describe when to use flat rate, when to use regional, why I love the shoebox, and all the good options you have for priority mail, and teach you how to ship a record. And this class is a little bonus, because I had 2 guests joining me. I got Texas Gal Treasures herself, Margaret Collier, coming over. She's going to talk for about 15 to 20 minutes on how to get into buying and flipping jewelry. And Stephanie Inch, who Mom mentioned earlier, who runs the eBabes and Emails meetup group in Dallas, is going to come over and talk about women's shoes, I think. So you get those of you in Dallas, you get some bonus content. And so if you just go to www.classwithjason.com, if you know one in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that might be interested in that, if you could just send that over to them. Like I said, I think 5 slots left for the classroom class and 2 or 3 left for the thrifting class on Monday, and it will sell out. So make sure to get signed up. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, when I'm around, there's always fun and shenanigans. And I'm going to bring my Texas game. Hey, y'all.
Yeah, I'm just going to plug my son, because I've seen his classes. They're phenomenal, you guys. I mean, don't miss them. This is an opportunity, and Jason's taking the time on his crazy schedule to get to different places that he hasn't been to, and repeating some, and a lot of great knowledge there. And boy, you can't beat it. And just like we said before, when he takes you out to go thrifting, it more than pays for the class. What you put out in money, you're going to get back in the items that you thrift. So, in essence, bottom line, it probably doesn't cost you a whole heck of a lot, if anything.
And if you're in the St. Louis area, that is being announced probably in the next day or 2. So stay tuned. But Dallas is this weekend, or this coming weekend. So, yeah. All right.
Yeah, so we will not have a show next weekend because of that.
Right. Because I have a day off on Sunday, so I'm actually going to go see the city.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I'm gonna do some thrifting and some vintage shopping. There's a place called Lulu Bees that I was already on my map before I even got to Texas, so I know it's a cool vintage place. So I can't wait to check it out.
We have a question in the chat from let's see, where did I see that? Wants to know if you can join the. Let's get over there. The national one, a single or doesn't have to be a group. And Stephen. Yeah,
well, you pay.
Right.
If you're hosting a group, but anyone can get onto meetup.com and then join groups. The individual who comes to sign up for groups like my mom's meetup, or, if you're a brony, you want to join a brony group, that's just free for you to use. But the way Meetup makes money is the Meetup organizers pay for it.
Right.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to our normal segment, Mama's Boy, where each week I share an embarrassing photo of me, and sometimes younger, sometimes older. This is a little older, but about 15 years ago. This was from a Mardi Gras. I was down in New Orleans with some friends, and not only am I wearing a pink wig, I have a pink goatee, and I had a very stylish, thin beard, if you can kind of tell there, and I had 2 hoop earrings in.
Oh yeah, oh, Jesus, the hoop earrings. Oh Lordy.
There we go. So this is somewhere New Orleans Mardi Gras. Oh, and I had my Madonna black rubber bracelets on too.
Oh yes, I remember those well. Oh heavens. Like the wig.
Yeah, you like that? So we decided to start a new segment this week. So we said, there's Mama's Boy. And now we also have That's My Mama. And that's my mama, because my mom has a bunch of fun pictures of herself at younger parties. And since it was St. Patty's Day yesterday,
I'm embarrassing myself now.
What in the heck is going on here?
Well, we went to a St. Patty's party at your uncle's, at my brother's, and they made a hairy buffalo. I think you know what a hairy buffalo is. And yep. I remember walking into the wall 2 times thinking it was the doorway. Said, oh, brother. And, Dad and I were never shy to get dressed up. And Dad was a flasher, and that's why he has the coat on. And I don't know what the hell I was, but, I just, how do I look with long hair? I just thought everybody might enjoy seeing Mom's long hair.
Is that Dad's real hair?
No, he's got on. Actually, the wig is green.
I thought so, but I was like, I don't remember Dad ever having that long of hair.
Yeah. And I've got definitely pictures coming that I think you guys will enjoy, because I started to talk to Jason. I said, Mom's got a lot of pictures of stuff that we sell, that I grew up with. I said that might be fun for me to start digging out photos that I can find, of different things that I've done and sold, and the outfits and the hairdos. I mean, that in itself is a hoot. So that's why we decided to add a little something. But I happened to run across the St. Patty's Day one. Hey, there's someone photobombing back there, Jay. Who is that? That Uncle Nino?
Yep, that is your brother, Uncle Nee, right there in the middle.
My brother. I just noticed that. Back when photobombing, we didn't even know what the hell photobombing was.
And then there's someone back there, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's Harry. That's Hal Clary, Jason.
All right, there you go.
A real good friend of ours that passed away in his 30s from a real rare disease. But, yeah, so that's why we decided to add a new segment for you guys and hopefully make you laugh.
Yep. All right, let's get to your scores, Mama.
All right, let's see. Oh, well, your dad talked me into buying this, and I guess I'm glad he did, because, mugs just haven't been the biggest of sellers. But this is, a Lord of the Rings mug that we bought for 50 cents, and they sold it almost right away for the $14.99. So I guess those are still, something that people want. So, I'm still selling Nick and Nora, everybody. This particular PJ set, I spent $2 on it, and sold for $19.95. So,
nice.
Yeah, and I just sold another set not too long ago too. So Nick and Nora still selling. I've talked about this before, everyone. Anytime you can find amusement park memorabilia of parks that have closed, I highly recommend you pick them up. This was just a bell, just a little. Jogga Lake is one of our amusement parks that closed back a number of years ago. And I paid a whole quarter. This is one of Mom's quarters for the bell. And as you can see, I sold it for $19. I mean, and I just put this up, so it sold right away. So people are always looking. Oh, Jason, I didn't tell you this. They might resurrect Jogga Lake. They might.
What?
Yeah, there's talk about it in the news. So, who knows? But there is some talk about that. I thought you might like to know. And then as I've been, starting to sell off my Native American Indian and my Western stuff, we had this saddle up for sale. And let's see, Jason, I actually sold it. I didn't sell it for the $115, honey. I sold it for $81. So
all right. So I wanted to talk about a couple of your pictures this week, Mama.
Okay. Hey, well, talk to Father.
Well, this is your lead photo. You're the lister. This should have been your lead photo.
No, see, I wanted to show the whole saddle. That's
but here's what I think you should have done. Actually, is actually got a sawhorse or something out where you could put the saddle on top of it and seen it sitting there.
Yeah, that probably would have been a good idea.
You
You're right.
know, so because this looks kind of weird this way to me. I mean, it's sold, so that's cool.
Right.
But I definitely, this is a time where I might have stepped out of the photo studio and set it on a sawhorse or something. Like if you had a huge stuffed plush something, maybe
But
throw
my
it.
sawhorse is in the barn, and I'm not walking through 22 inches of snow.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, but you're right. That probably would have been a very good idea.
Yep.
Yeah. Now this floored me. I have been going through my death piles and came across this shirt, and I said, "Oh,
Profit piles, Mom. Profit piles. Debbie,
I know.
copyrighted in profit piles.
Yeah, you're right, because here's this shirt that I figured, well, I'm not going to be able to sell this darn thing, and I had bought it for $2 way back, and sold it for a 21. Actually, I took a best offer of 21, and I was shocked, that it sold. So I was thrilled, to say the least.
Well done.
Big Bang Theory still sells, I guess, but I have a T-shirt up, and that doesn't sell. So I've had that up for a long time. This is a vintage mid-century modern boomerang ashtray. Everybody, I have always sold ashtrays pretty well, as you guys know. I paid 50 cents on that ashtray, and sold it for the $12.99. So that was nice. And again, see, now I could have done this with the saddlebag.
Yeah, see, because when I looked at this first shot, I'm like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
Because here, look, I want to show you, because when you look at sold items on eBay, they show you other like things because they're hoping for you to stay and buy. Right. So look how the rest of these pictured. Now, this one's even a little worse because this person's got their foot in it. But see how you would typically picture saddlebags? Right.
So, but I tell you, I was glad it sold, because if you look really close at it, it's stained to, there's a lot of stains on this thing. It's seen better days. And, we got the $29.99 that I was asking for it. Maybe I priced it too low, but when I saw the condition, I was just glad to sell it. So that's why Mom said, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It's out. Now, this was a shocker. I've had it around for a little while, but this is a vintage photo album. I think, Jason, does it have the Cressy sign? Can you go on that? No, the white one, yeah.
This?
Is there a tag there somewhere? Woolworths, that's what it was. Look, originally cost $1.69. That's what I was excited. So I happened to pick this up, and it finally sold. I paid $1 for the album, and I sold it for $34.95.
Nice.
I know. I was really quite surprised. And so was your dad. He said, wow. I said, yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow is right.
Good. I am continuing to sell scarves. In fact, I'm all out. I think this was my last one. This was a Paloma Picasso silk scarf that I paid $1 for, guys. And sold it for I actually sold it for $15, Jason, not the $24.95. Wonder why it's not showing what I sold for.
I'll tell you why later.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yep. I'll tell you why later. Oh, and I think I can fix it for the next show. I think I can. I got an idea.
Okay. All right. I happened to run across some Turvis tumblers. I ran across this pair at 50 cents a piece, and sold those. And then, Jason, do you have the next one, honey, too?
Yep.
Yeah, for the set of 4. Okay, so the set of 4 cost me $2, and I sold those for 25. And then the set of 2 that I paid 50 cents a piece for, I sold for $14.50. So Turvis still sells, you guys. I mean, if you can find some nice ones. I mean, the 2 single ones that I had, they were in decent condition. They did not look brand new, but they were in nice condition. But I sold those within a few days apart from each other because I just listed them, and away they went. So Turvis still is a good one to be on the lookout for. This is an antique branding iron, and I sold it immediately. I think I priced it too low, but I'm trying to move my old.
I'll say, I thought that was too low.
Yeah. I mean, I got full asking price for it, and I guess I probably should have jumped that up a little more. I mean, I did do my research, and this is around the area that they were going for, but I think because it sold so quickly, I must have been a little bit low on that. But that's okay. Sale's a sale, and away it goes.
And last but not least.
Yes. I had this for a long time. Do you remember this, Jason?
I remember that and the brand. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to have them sitting by the fireplace, and this is an antique copper coffee pot, and it's pretty good size. And that's all I got. Full asking price on that one, Jason, for the $149. So that was a nice sale for Mom.
Yeah, that's it's funny to see as I'm working up the show stuff. Yeah. I see the things I remember growing up with in my childhood. I'm like, I
know.
Mom's cleaning out.
I mean, some of the profit piles are really starting to get low. I mean, not that we've cleaned it all out, but I definitely need to do more. That's for sure.
Well done.
Thanks. Yeah, I've saved some. Well, I just had a good sale just as the show was starting. I'll save that for when we get back just before Easter. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what you found this week, Mama, in your 22 inches of snow.
As I've said before, it's a little slim pickings. We went to a few sales. They weren't the best, but I did find a few goodies. So I'll start with smaller things first. You all should know this. Everybody should know this by now. Do we have any guesses in the chat before I show the other side? Because we've talked about it. Jason's talked about it. Still continues to sell.
And you just found one this week?
This is it. I just found this week.
Nice.
Yeah. Anybody guessing? No guesses?
Not yet. Don't forget, there's a little, there's a 30-second delay.
I know. That does take a little bit. Should I turn it around yet, or do you want me to wait? Oh, wait a minute.
Yep, there we go. Pam Reed's got it.
Oh, yep.
Debbie and Diana got to pay closer attention.
Yep. Okay, there it is. M.A. Hadley, everybody, everyone. Yeah, these are always good sellers, you guys. I mean, and they always have different designs. I mean, farm animals and houses and the farmer, and then this looks like the farmer's wife. This particular bowl, I paid $1 for it, and I will list it for $14.99. And they're always looking for singles as well as a set. So be on the lookout for those. Okay, this bowl. Anybody know this pattern or familiar with this at all? I did. This is by Onita, and it's called Spring Daisy. There we go.
There we go.
Okay, and I paid 50 cents for this bowl. I looked it up because I wasn't sure, and I said, maybe I should check that out.
Ooh.
And this bowl here, I'm going to list for about $14.99 as well, and then hope for around $10, $12. Okay. All right. Then I know this isn't anything exciting, Chase, but I've never seen one. It's a coconut mug, tiki mug. It has no lettering on it, which I'm bummed about. But it's ceramic, Jason. It's not, it's not plastic.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and some of the ones I did look up, they did have a place from Hawaii on their marking. But I just might add that one to Mom's collection or sell it. We'll see what happens. And then staying in the tiki mug department. Remember when I know. Remember when I sold these ones before and you said, well, I didn't know those things sold.
I didn't.
I know. Well, they do. And this is it's nothing exciting, that's for sure. But it's from the Paris Hotel in Vegas. And I bought it for a whole $1, Jay.
What'd you sell your last one for? Because when you sold that, because I see them here, obviously, and I'm like, usually the collectible crap from the casinos isn't all that collectible, but
yeah, I think I sold it for between $25 and $30.
Yeah, heck yeah, I got to pick them up now.
For $1, when I saw it on the shelf, I said, well, I'm not going to pass it up for $1. And then whoever owned it, they signed it, and they put the date when they were there.
Apparently, they don't care no more.
Dad had to do a little bit of touching up. Oh, the fools! What they did is they had taped, the lid.
Yeah, I hate when they do that. But I mean, you gotta, because people just be breaking crap all the time, and they didn't.
No, and so I did use the hair dryer, to slowly take off the tape as best I could, but it did pull off some of the gold flaking. But Dad kind of touched it up with some gold marker.
Just as a heads up, that was not a cookie jar. That was a cocktail vessel, like a tiki mug.
Yes.
The lid has a hole in it for your straw.
There it is. There's the hole for the straw. Okay.
Yep.
It is a tiki mug. Okay, then Mom, I always like my vintage metal trays.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, here's one with fruit and one with flowers. This one's not as in good condition, but they were only 99 cents a piece, and Mom's going to be selling these between $20 and $25. Vintage trays do sell, everybody. I've had really good luck with my metal trays and continue to do that. Then, we went to an estate sale a week ago, and this
what is that?
Yeah, this is kind of memorabilia for Mom, but it was marked $15, and I offered her $5.
Oh, geez.
And she took it. Now, this has a little bit of meaning to Mom because this is exactly how I dressed when I started teaching jazzercise in 1982. Now, this particular piece is signed and dated, everybody. And I didn't send my research. I don't know if you can get that, Jason. Probably not. It's by Demery, and it's dated 1987. Her pieces are worth some bucks. I was totally shocked. So I paid $5 for this, and I currently have it listed on eBay for $149.99. So we'll see.
She's a maniac on the floor now.
Stacy came to my jazzercise classes a lot, and it's pretty big, as you can see. It's definitely a good size, and I have a watcher on it already, so I'm excited about that. And then at the Goodwill, I came across my first piece of LuLaRoe. You know, it's a dress. It's really cute. If it was my size, I probably would keep it, but can't make it. And I did pay $5 for the LuLaRoe, but I could probably put this up for $25, $30, guys, and get some nice money on the LuLaRoe. Does everybody know what their tag looks like? Let me show that. Okay, and this is a medium. So don't forget, if anybody wants any of these exciting finds, let me know.
Yes, we always forget to say it, but yes, anything Mom has is for sale. So if you see something you like, either reach out to her, reach out to me, and she'll cut you a straight deal.
I don't know if you know, I use, I decorate a lot with house flags at my home, and because I love changing around. Yeah, or did I show this last week? Did I show the flag? Oh, maybe I did. I think I did. Well, I'll just mention it again. I paid 50 cents for the flag, but flags are very expensive. I mean, they run around $40 brand new. And so I'm going to put this up for $20, and it's just, you know, covered in fish. Everybody, I might have shown this last week, or last show, or did I?
You did not. It's cute. I like it.
Yeah, I know. It looks brand new. It's in very, very nice condition, everyone. So there's that. And then I ran into, I bought a talking fish.
Oh, nice.
No, I mean, they do sell.
They do sell, and yours is in the box.
Yeah, it's in the box, and it does work, and, you know, the whole 9 yards. I'm not going to take it out, but he does sing the song and everything. And I paid, the guy had $5 on it, and I got him down to $4. That's it. I couldn't get him to budge any lower. So I got $4 on the fish. But I'm going to try and sell them between $25 and $30. Okay. Then this girl had a booth, and at the flea market we went to, Jason, at the Munson Fire Department the other day, or yesterday. And this, every now and then you find a person that just wants to get rid of all their stuff in their house, you know. She just says, make me an offer, make me an offer. So I made her an offer on this picnic basket.
Another picnic basket. Hey, boo-boo.
This is a nice vintage one. Let me see if I can. Ooh, okay. All right. So it's got the cups and the plates all in there. It's in really nice shape. And I paid $2 for this.
Nice.
The straw ones. It's got these. It's a set of 4. The only thing it does not have any silverware. It's got the 4 mugs that are like an enamel. And so I think I'm going to try and put this up for around $40, and I paid $2 for it. Okay.
Debbie Weeder wanted to remind you, like on your Billy Bass, to make sure to always check the battery compartments, in case make sure they're not corroded and all messed up.
Okay. All right. I will definitely do that. Thank you, Dad. And so then I went back to pick up the picnic basket from the woman, because I had her holding it, and I can't believe I missed this right off the bat, but I did. You know these lamps?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And they sell for pretty good money. And I offered her $1. She wouldn't take the buck, and she says, "No, I'm going to need $2." And these one guy's got one of these listed for $149. He's way off the mark, but I think I'm probably going to list this one for around $40, because chickens and roosters do sell well. So that one cost me $2. Okay. And
any cock will do.
Yeah. And then this is, I have to give credit to your dad for this, because he went by and saw this. Whoops, let me get it. There, it's a massager, a Panasonic massager.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. And the gal had $5 on it, and we offered her 3. She wouldn't budge and wouldn't budge. And so we finally got her to say yes on 4. Still, you know, has it in the plastic bag. She got a bigger and better one. She was telling us all about it. And she says, I even used it on my rear end. I said, oh, brother.
Oh, my God.
Too much information. But
no kidding.
We paid $4 for this, but I'm going to list it for $70. That they are selling at $69.99, Jay. So hopefully, you know, we're going to be able to get a good return on ours as well. And the last thing I'm going to show you, not for sale.
Uh-oh. Not for sale. And whoa.
Okay, everybody, this is gorgeous, and I paid.
That is badass.
Yeah, I mean, this is a Florida horse conch, everyone. Jason, I have never
One of the
seen
biggest and prettiest ones I have ever seen.
Me too, honey. I mean, look at that color. And normally they're pretty washed out, guys. When you find the Florida horse conchs, we found this at the antique mall in Painesville, Jace, and it had $32 on it. They took off the 10%, so I got it for $28. But and if I was to sell it, probably I could get around $60 for this shell. But
oh yeah,
this will be staying in Mom's collection. I am shocked at the color. If you saw it in person, it looks a little washed out on the monitor. But if you saw this in person, Jason, it is gorgeous, honey. So I guess that'll be another thing going to your house someday.
Oh heck yeah!
And I think that's it, everybody. Yeah, that's it.
All right, beautiful. So thank you everyone for tuning in live. Good to see you. Unfortunately, like I said, we have to have another week off, and then the week after is Easter, so we're going to do a Saturday show as to not interrupt your Easter Sunday. So we'll be back for that this Wednesday on, and then this week, Thrifty Business will be a special day because I'm leaving Thursday for Dallas. So Wednesday night, you all know her, you love her, the Queen of Auctions, Lynn Drawley is going to be on. She just moved to Ventura, California, and opened a physical brick and mortar store, and is going gangbusters. She just opened, and so she's going to be live at her store. And we're going to be hearing about what it's like to go back into a brick and mortar. And she's still selling on eBay and killing it on eBay. So, and Lynn will be our first 3-time guest. So that's kind of fun.
Well, make sure you hear that, Jason. That'll be really good, honey.
And this week, Debbie Weeder, who's in the chat, she's going to be my co-host this week. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. So Wednesday night, special night for Thrifty Business. And then this coming week, no selling past their expiration date. We'll be back on the Saturday before Easter. Do us a favor, give us a thumbs up if you like the show. If you hate the show, give us a thumbs down twice. We'll really know you didn't like it. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, and www.classwithjason.com if you're in the Dallas area and want to take one or both of my classes next week. And that's it. We came in 2 minutes under the hour, Ma.
Not too bad. So if anybody does have any questions on starting a meetup, I'm be glad to help you in any way I can. Just let me know, you guys. Send me a message. Don't be afraid. It's not that hard. And like I say, you'll meet wonderful people and make new friends and really enjoy it. I love it. I can't wait till our meetings come around.
All right. And with that being said, for selling past your expiration date, being thrifty over 50, I'm Jay.
I'm Peg. We're out. Bye, everybody.
We're out of here. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.